Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you with another weekly video, and yeah, of course, I've got some stuff to show you. So, pretty decent week for Diecast. I got some excellent stuff in the mail. So let's just get right into it. So first and foremost, I got the latest in the Racing Legends series sent to me from One Stop Diecast. Number 9 in the series, which is Leonard Hughes, Candies and Hughes. Support vehicle from the Racing Legends series. So very, very cool. Thanks again to One Stop Diecast for providing this truck to show you guys. So far they've hooked me up with one of each in the series. We got 3 more to go, and then this 12-car set is finally complete. I think these were originally slated to all release within like the last year. They were supposed to come once a month for 12 straight months. But of course, supply chain issues and other delays and stuff like that have delayed them. And we got number 9 now. I think number 10 is probably coming pretty soon. And then 11 and 12 will be following that. And then this series will finally wrap up. Very cool series from One Stop Diecast and Auto World. Everybody likes the square body trucks. This is almost like a square body truck drag strip demons kind of like mix up, mash up. So fantastic. I really, really like this truck. All right. And then next I got from from Hobby Link Japan. I did get this Knight Rider kit. This is a Tomica Premium. I saw this come up. I had to snag one of these, so I'm excited. It's actually Tomica Premium Unlimited. I wonder if that just means they're going to keep on producing these as long as they still sell. I'm not really sure what that means, but it's pretty neat to get another version of the Knight Rider of Kit. That is fantastic. So we'll take a look at that, of course, in the next segment. I've got some mini GT to show you. We've got a Porsche 911 Carrera S. We've got a LB Works Lamborghini Huracan in black. That should be pretty cool. And then we've got this sweet thing. This is a brand new casting from Mini GT, and the first version of it that I've got so far. This is the Honda S2000 CR in Rio Yellow Pearl. I'm stoked to take a peek at a new tooling from Mini GT. Always excited to get those new toolings. Actually, is this Huracan? Is this one a new tooling too? The LB Works Huracan. I can't keep track because there's like some Lamborghinis that kind of look similar that I can't, whatever. Anywho now. All right. And then we got this guy right here too, the Tomica Works / Shuco collaboration. I got this from Surplus Goodies. So check him out if you're looking for one of these. Pretty sweet. This is a kind of got a Marlboro thing going on to it. There's no actual Marlboro advertising on it, but it's clearly Marby livery. At least that's what it looks like to me. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but whatever. I don't think I am. And then my buddy Crazy Todd found me finally these 2-packs from Hot Wheels, these Car Culture 2-packs. These have been so hard to come by in my area. I think they've popped up once, they were gone, and then they finally are popping up again. And we got this 2-pack of the BREs. We got the 2-pack of the Moon Eyes, VWs, and then we've got, of course, the 2-pack of the Porsche. Why did I say Mazda? Of these Porsche 962s. So, very, very cool. Very, very neat. You got one in Advan livery and then the new one. So it's pretty much the same thing. So the top cars are basically almost like a re-release, or well, sort of are. There's going to be slight differences. Like for example, and maybe I'll get out these 3 for the second half of the video, the original versions of them. Previous Car Culture releases and then brand new ones down here. Yeah, I guess that 46 is sort of almost a re-release, but it's not. It's different. But whatever. So there's that. And then he also gave me this guy. Super Treasure Hunt Dodge van. I really wanted this one when I found out it was going to be a Super, and I am absolutely stoked to get it off the list. I don't even have the regular yet, but I've got the super, I've got it loose. That's pretty fantastic. So that's the stuff we're going to... Oh, one other item. I forgot. How could I forget? Bob Fellows on the Auto World Collector Group. I got this from him. This is an Ultra Red Chevelle. Why is this special? Well, I'll tell you why it's special. Because it is the last Ultra Red I needed to finally complete the Licensed Premium Release 3 from Auto World. I now have all the Ultra Reds from that release. These were produced in 2014 is when these were produced. So that tells you it's been a long time coming, and I've finally checked this thing off of the list. I can finally complete that series. We can finally do a completed series video for that old release. So I am stoked to get that. Thank you, Bob Fellows, for the assist on that. I had to message him because he had a few of these Chevelles up for sale, and it's really hard to tell which one is that Licensed Premium Release 3 without being able to see a picture of the back of it or the close-up of the plate, and I'll show you that in the second segment, what sets that apart. All right, so we've got some things to look at up close. I've already got actually kind of a pile of stuff for next week, so we got some content coming for next week, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. So stay tuned. Let's go ahead and flip it around. Let's open up these mini GT. Let's look at these trucks. Let's look at the Knight Rider. Let's look at, let's look at all this stuff. All right, stay tuned. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at the Chevelle first. I just wanted to show this off real quick. Now, you are going to see this again in an upcoming video because I will do a complete release video for Licensed Premium Release 3. Again, it's arguably one of the hardest sets to complete Ultra Reds of, even if you have money to throw at them on eBay, because they don't come up on eBay all that often. When they do come up, if you're lucky enough to see them, sometimes they do come up at decent prices. It's just, they're just kind of tough to come by. So, pretty darn cool. Very neat release. Just a basic Chevelle probably to most of you, but to me it means a lot because that series was a tough one for me to complete. So, I'm sure if I would have just focused hard on just completing that and nothing else, I probably would have done it a lot quicker, but just the right opportunity came up, and here we are. So, very happy to have it. All right, let's take a look at the Racing Legends trucks, just sticking with Auto World for a moment. So here it is again. So I've showed all 8 before this in previous videos, and now we've got this one here, and I'm stoked to show you this. This is the Candies and Hues support vehicle. You can see there's a picture of the drag car up there. Someone did comment that they wish Auto World would put out the drag racing cars, because his name was Paul, commented on I think a Instagram post of mine. But yeah, it would be cool if Auto World would do something like this in true 1/64 scale. That would be awesome. However, most of these you can get as Johnny Lightnings or Hot Wheels in the Drag Strips Demons line. So you can get matching cars for these. I'm not sure for every single one of them, but I'm almost positive I think there's one for every single one of these trucks that have already come out in sort of 1/64 scale. I say that air quotes. But you can read about the facts here for that if you want. Quick look around the packaging, just if you're not familiar with this. The packaging looks sweet. The card art's really nice. I've actually picked up 2 of each of these. So I will have a carded set of these as well. So I got them all through 9, and then these 3 will be coming out. I only have one, however, one of the Ultra Reds, and that's it. So completing the Ultra Red, all 12 Ultra Reds for this series is going to be a tough one. There is no doubt about it. They're out there. They're on eBay. You can find them. They actually don't go for... They're not crazy expensive compared to some of the other square body Ultra Reds. But they ain't cheap either, and I mean, I could just spend all of my hobby fund on picking up all these Ultra Reds, but then that's all I'd basically have to show you guys, and that's all I'd be adding to my collection until I completed it, and I'm not sure you guys would have fun with that, or I wouldn't have as much fun with that either. So we'll be patient. I'll try to get them gradually, and hopefully eventually I'll get them all. We'll see what happens, you know. So there you go. Pretty awesome. Yeah, the black dots didn't really make it right onto the center of the wheels on these ones. On this one anyway. Looks pretty decent on, sort of decent on this side. That one's a little off. Yeah. Definitely sticks out, but not a deal breaker. Still a really cool piece. Hood's really stiff on this one. It's like the windshield. Oh, here we go. The windshield was in the way. But yeah, definitely cool. Tailgate pops down, the hood pops up. You guys should be very familiar with this casting by now. There's been so many of these hobby releases out, but I really got to say the Racing Legends series is a really sweet one. I knew the minute I saw it, this would be one that I would definitely have to get every single car from, and I'm so thankful that One Stop Diecast was willing to work with me and send me stuff to show you. That really saves me a lot of budget too, because, you know, I probably would, you know, I would have bought I did buy one of each of these anyway, so I will have a backup set. But yeah, just a very cool series, so check them out. Hobby dealers everywhere have these. A lot of them have them. You can get them right from One Stop Diecast if you want to, but they wholesaled them to a lot of hobby dealers, so you can find them in other places. All right, next is Tomica Premium Unlimited Knight Rider 2000 kit. So this is a Tomica Premium, so we kind of know what to expect with it. It's going to be a metal body, likely a plastic base, plastic tires, or wheels and tires, but they do look pretty good. Sometimes we'll have some inserted details for headlights and taillights. That will happen in these. Some opening features, I think opening doors on this one. That's what we're going to expect from it, because it is a standard Tomica Premium release as far as I can tell. The thing that's different about it is the packaging. And they came out with, I think, 3 different cars. 2 of the other, like Hollywood, this is like their Hollywood series, I guess you could almost consider it. They came out with 2 other cars besides this one, but I wasn't really into them, and I don't think I was familiar with the movies. I can't even remember her shows or whatever they were. I can't even remember what they were, so that'll tell you something. But I think one's like a Mustang. It's like a red Mustang, and then which I thought about getting just to get a Tomica Premium example of a Mustang. So it's in like this kind of Protecto pack thing that you can sort of reseal, which is typical of packaging from Japanese manufacturers. There's a QR code. I don't know where that's going to take you. Oh, it's a card. TommyFans.com. I should check that out maybe. So inside of here is kind of your typical Tomica Premium packaging, where you're going to get a box. And there probably is nothing in the box, I would assume. Yep, nothing in there. And then, of course, the car. And then it is resealable. I guess I will save this. Why not? I'll take a peek at the box real quick. Of course, I have no idea what any of the writing is. So pretty standard fare, I guess, for Tomica Premium. You can see it's number 3 in the Tomica Premium Unlimited series, which is a brand new thing from Tomica. So they're doing some new stuff here. It'd be cool if this kind of stuff would show up in the U.S., but of course it's not going to. And I'm sure there's licensing challenges with that. There's reasons. Because these would sell. These would definitely sell in a U.S. market in a Walmart. I think they were a little bit more expensive than the regular Tomica Premium. But no big deal. I had to have this one. And there you go. So plastic base. It's got suspension. It's got opening doors. Which, by the way, on these Tomica Premium cars, these things always work. I've never had a bad one, I don't think. Looks pretty good. We got an inserted detail for the tail light assembly, and looks like we have an inserted detail for the scanner thing up in the front. So that's kind of cool too. But you know I had to get it because it's a Firebird Beads kit. It's like my favorite TV show car growing up as a kid, Knight Rider. Of course, this car, this black Firebird, was just the coolest thing ever when I was a kid. So, I mean, who my age didn't grow up digging this car and like thinking how cool it would be to have a car that would like talk to you while you're driving or drive for you. So just fun stuff. I hold it near and dear to my heart. So yes, this one's entering the collection. It's going to be a prized one in the collection for sure. I am definitely happy about that. Possibly the best version of kit that we've had out so far. All right, next we got some Mini GT. So let's go ahead and dig into these. I think we just got, well, we got Mini GT, we got the Shuco Tarmac, and then we still got some Hot Wheels yet. So we got some stuff to go over. This is number 283. Oh, shoot. And yes, I should have cut this cellophane because these are always like a pain to remove. Typical. If you watch my videos, you're familiar with this packaging. I don't think I need to go over it every time, but I do really like it. I think it's a great format for packaging. And when you get the Championdjk Toys versions of these, the Miho exclusive versions, they come in a clamshell packaging, but of course they include this box on the inside. So don't shy away from getting those if they're available to you. If you like this packaging, it's there. It's just inside that clamshell. And then they have the little plastic insert for the car in there and everything. So it's set up for you to store your collection, and I love that they give you a way to store your collection because many people do not have room to display everything at once, so they gotta be able to reliably store, safely store their diecast collection, and providing that a very good option right in the package is a great move. So I love when they do that. All right, so pretty cool Porsche. I think I've got it in yellow already. And now we get it in this red. So typical things with Mini GT, metal body, metal base, rubber tires, details all around. Inserted details for the headlights, for the taillights, usually separate pieces as well. A lot goes into making these little cars the way that they are. They roll. The main gripe with all of them, as usual, is they don't have any disc brakes that are visible through the rims. And on this one, I could see how that could be somewhat of a detraction. Some of them, of course, it doesn't matter at all. This one, since it's got very large rims and very big open spaces in the rims, yes, this could have definitely benefited from that. But that's one philosophy with Mini GTs. They want the thing to roll smooth, and it does. So, very cool. All right, and then next we have the LB Works Lamborghini Huracan version 1. There's your Lamborghini licensing, all that good stuff. And we'll go ahead and cut the cellophane because hopefully get it open without. Here we go. All right, sorry for that. Ooh, it looks cool. Yeah, not the first version of this car. Duh. I'm now that I'm seeing it out of the package here, definitely not the first version of the casting. I think this is the same one that came out in like the Magic Bronze or whatever. Maybe it was the Magic. Yeah, I think it was Magic Bronze. Maybe Magic Green. I don't know. Yeah, Mini GT has had a lot of releases already. They're really starting to add up, like big time. I mean, I have definitely over 100 different ones in my collection now, and yeah, definitely over 100 because I'm just looking at a carny case that's completely full. I think that's 108 in there. So, and then there's a couple sitting down here. Yeah, so I've got almost 115, 120 in the collection, all different. So they're up to a lot of releases, and I don't even have anywhere close to everything that they've put out. It seems that they put out about 3 or 4 cars a month is almost about it. Sometimes 5, sometimes more. I don't know. Sometimes less, maybe. I try to pick up every single cool one that they put out. I'm sure there's definitely some that I'm missing, but that I would like to have. One of my favorite brands for sure, like these guys in Auto World. If I had to list like top 2 brands, I think right now, yeah, it's definitely going to be Mini GT and Auto World are the 2 that I get the most excited about. Of course, Tomica Limited Vintage here and there as well, but just the price point of those is so expensive that it takes away a little bit of the excitement sometimes, except for the fact that they're going to be putting out Lamborghinis and, you know, whatever they decided to charge for those, I'd probably be stuck paying for it. So yeah, there's that. All right, Lambo, pretty cool. But the one I'm most excited about, obviously, is brand new tooling from Mini GT, and this is the Honda S2000 CR. In yellow. TSM model. Another one that we're going to tell probably should have benefited from the disc brakes. Let's get that disc out of the way immediately. Oh, this is really cool. Okay, right off the bat, I'm digging this. We got a little bit of a wonky wheel. Probably fixable. I gotta point out the flaws just because I know you guys will see them. And okay, let's see if I can fix that just real quick. I probably can, but I think I just made it worse actually. Well, don't pay attention to this wheel. It's on a little crooked. Pretty sure I could fix it. But this thing is awesome, dude. It looks really cool. So again, we got the rubberized side mirrors. Look at this little baby antenna right here, and that is like rubber. Very, very cool. Here's a look at the taillights. Looks pretty good. Maybe not the best work from Mini GT. As far as from a quality control standpoint on this model, the inserted taillight over here is not fitting exactly perfect on this side. Now, normally, Mini GT is like ultra perfect. This would be real nitpicky talking about any other brand in this way. And you almost have the illusion of having disc brakes in there. Decent molded details in the interior. The spoiler is a separate plastic piece. Is color matched fairly well to the rest of the vehicle. Interesting model. I mean, I'm digging it. Definitely digging it. It feels a little different though than the normal Mini GT for some reason. Screwed together. Maybe I'm just thinking that because of this wonky axle up front. And then that one little lens there is just a little off. And now that I'm looking at it, take a look at the windshield too. That is definitely not. There's something wrong there as well. It's not quite in straight, maybe. Yeah, look at that. That's a little weird. I'm gonna have to play with this one a little bit. I may actually unscrew it and take it apart. Maybe. Will I do that on video? Probably not. But I might try to fix it. I think this windshield just needs to be like popped up into place. That will fix that. The wheel, pretty easy to fix. Should be anyway. And then that's not going to be fixable really, but everything else should be fixable. Not like you should have to fix your diecast when you pull it out. So slightly disappointed, I'm gonna admit, but still pretty stoked for that casting. All right, next we got Marlboro Shuco collab with the Tarmac Works. I like the Shuco collaborations with the Tarmac Works, mainly because I really like the Shuco castings. And I think the point of all these collaborations is not just to expand the tooling line or whatever. It's to have access likely to licensing they wouldn't otherwise have. So they decide to work together, release something that people will buy. And yeah, so it's got the Kind of got your standard global 64, even though this is a collab 64 release. It's kind of got a global 64 packaging. Don't really need to look too much around that, but take a look at this sweet piece right here. The Shuco Golf is probably the best golf tooling out there in 1/64 scale, and it's like legit 1/64 scale. This thing's kind of tiny, as it should be. So I love the lights up front. Just looks really awesome. Very, very, very cool. So I am definitely digging this little guy. Might be one of my favorites of the episode. All right. Lastly, what we have left is Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunt. So stoked to not have to worry about trying to get this one, because it's going to be a popular one, no doubt. It's a van. People dig the vans. This is kind of an interesting version of a van. And, yeah, I mean, this is going to be a popular one. I guarantee it. And I'm really, really happy to already have it off the list and not have to worry about trying to acquire it. Very, very, very cool. So what do you guys think about this Super Treasure Hunt? This might be Super Treasure Hunt of the year 2022 for me. Just might. All right. We got one last thing to get to, and that's going to be these 2-packs. I know probably a lot of you folks have already seen these and have been saturated with them. You know they're out there. You've known they're out there forever. You've seen them in other people's videos and yada, yada, yada. But we got to take a look at them here. Car Culture, twin packs, Target. Lots of plastic for 2 cars. So if you guys collect these carded, the packaging is going to be super annoying for you to store. Just had to say that. All right, so we get Moon Eyes. This one wasn't terribly excited for me. You got this cool custom VW Bug. Moon Eyes logo. Looks pretty good. Of course, you got your standard fare for full deco graphics on the Car Culture, which kind of got that dot matrixy, low resolution look to it, which isn't super obvious on this one, which is nice. And then we got, well, here is this. So what we want to know is there any difference between these two? Is there any way to tell the difference? Maybe a brighter orange indicator light. That's the only thing I'm seeing so far. In fact, we're going to have to like keep track. Same wheels, right? Identical. Looks to be. Same exact graphic on the side. Go with moon. Go with moon. Wow. I mean, literally nothing different about this one. Of course, you got an LO2. So different date codes. I mean, that would be, I guess, the way that you'd really tell them apart. If you guys see something else that I'm just not seeing, definitely let me know in the comments down below. So these are in the 2018 Car Culture. Was this original release? Cargo Carriers was when that one originally came out. And now I guess you got a second chance at it with this. So for loose collectors, this is kind of a bummer. Carded collectors, you guys won't care, probably. All right, next is the Porsche 962. And this is another one where I think it was Circuit Legends or Circuit, I think it was Circuit Legends from 2018 was the Advan car. Let me confirm that real quick. I think I got it sitting here. I think that's what it was anyway. Whatever, we're going with that. Circuit Legends. Sure. So we've got a re-release from 2018, and we got this new one. So the new one's sweet. It does look pretty awesome. I definitely dig on it. Definitely a cool version of this car. Very, very cool. So I'm very happy to have that. I like that. I think that's really neat, really awesome. And then, of course, this is a repeat, and we are going to have to take a peek. And here she is. The coloring is pretty much the same. I mean, I guess this one's almost like a little brighter red than this one. Sort of ish. I mean, it would be really hard to tell the difference. I don't see anything really notable. Take a peek at the front real quick. Seems like this one's brighter colored. It's like the only thing maybe that I am seeing. Anybody else see anything? You guys see anything? No. Again, date codes are going to be different. L29, P39. So that'll tell you the difference between two if you do find them loose somewhere around that date code. So yeah, essentially the same. So again, loose collectors kind of lose out. They get an extra one. And then this, of course, is the hot one of the series. There's people that are just literally scooping every single one of these up that they find. And you know what? Whatever. Good for them. You're probably going to definitely later on in life make some money on these. There's no doubt about it. I don't think the popularity of this is ever going to really go away. So, and maybe the value will come down a bit, but it's never going to come below retail unless you find these retail. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's the way Hot Wheels is. Hot Wheels lives off of hype. Hype is good, though, for the brand because that's what keeps it popular and that's what kind of keeps it exciting. So, just don't be careful what you complain about. It's just, I get it. These might be tough for you to get, especially because they're store exclusives. So, like, hobby dealers aren't necessarily getting it, right? And that's going to make them tough. So, you got to go out and find them. All right. So, we got two here. BRE Datsun. This is the first version of this that I've got in this this BRE, like John Morton livery. Of course, the famous one's the Vintage Racing, and then, of course, the RLC version of this kind of like livery. And this, I believe, is the first accessible version to me. The other ones, of course, go for insane prices. And it looks pretty good. It doesn't look bad, but definitely not, of course, as good as like the Vintage Racing one. Mainly because the style of graphics is going to be different. This is the modern way that they do the full deco, which I'm not a huge fan of. It just doesn't look as good. It's not as sharp of an image. So easy to tell the difference between this and its predecessors. And then, of course, we get this. So this is sort of a re-release of a car that was in the RLC exclusive, like 6th car of each car culture release in 2018, I think it was. And you got this BRE Datsun, but the original is this one here. And it is different. This is... So obviously the number's different. You got a 35 instead of an 85. That's an obvious difference. The other difference is definitely in the hue of the paint. This is a metallic blue, as you can see here. And then this one is definitely not a metallic blue. It is just a straight enamel blue. So it is a different car. Livery basically is the same. Aside from the fact, of course, a couple differences back here and stuff like that. And of course, the number, but the main difference is actually the color. I guess the body color is different. And this one has the older style, I think it does, of deco and is printed much sharper on the vehicle. Yeah, I think so. Than this one. Might be hard to tell right here, but it's definitely, this is more dot matrixy than this one is. It's a different style. These were kind of premium made because, of course, they were in that car culture set. So, both very cool. Both very cool. All right, and that is going to be it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is definitely possibly my favorite car of the episode. This Knight Rider thing, just so cool. I mean, and of course I like the vintage, or the racing Legends series from One Stop Diecast. Those are awesome. And then the Mini GT, lots of cool stuff. All right, I've held you long enough. Thank you guys very, very much for watching another Diecast Weekly episode. Please, hit the like button. That helps me, I think. Subscribe button. I don't know. Looks cool to have lots of subscribers, so I guess help me out with that as well. And, yeah, I appreciate you watching above else. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great week.